Hey folks, Larry here, Vans Cars and Trucks. September the 6th, and we got a pretty hot day cooking out here. We missed the Hurricane Dorian, but guess what? The heat is on. I borrowed my mechanic's little radar thermometer, 95, 96 in the shade, depending upon where you hit it. And the pavement itself is like 112, 115. But you know what I'm going to talk about is you and your car and how hot it does get. So we're going to walk over here and crack a car door open, and we're going to see actually how hot it is. Because even though the outside temperature only says 115, which is hot enough, let's open the door, see what happens. Okay, let's crack it open here. 115 on the 116 on the outside, and 155, 160. Whoa, the dash. 165. Wow. You want to see that yourself? I'll let the camera see it, because I'll tell you what, 165, that's a number. And let's see, it's fluctuating a little bit here because we're kind of hitting spots, but you can see it bouncing up and down. 156, 163. That is a hot car, folks. And if you crack that door and get into it, you're going to have an issue because it's going to be pretty hot. We'll talk about it in a second of how to moderate those temperatures. Because, 168, too hot for me. I'm out of here. Man, folks, that was hot. And I'm sure glad to be inside. You know, this is Florida, and it is September. You know, actually the second week of September. And you would think things would cool off, but it's not. It's a bloody hot mess out there. Right now, we're at 67 degrees in here, kicking out on the AC. That's half the temperature than what it was outside just a few moments ago. Think about what's good for your body. Think about what's good for your vehicle, because here in Florida, we have some real problems we're contending with. That mostly solar radiation, and we're not the only ones. West Coast, Arizona, they have the same kind of issues, but we can moderate our environment, and that's what we're talking about. So we don't have to put up with those 150 degree temperatures all the time, but you need to do some things for yourself and for your vehicle, safety for you and your family, kids, pets, things that you leave in your car. You can't put your kid in this little cooler bag, but you can put maybe a camera or something else that would be a little temperature sensitive, perishable items. So I keep one of these in my vehicle, or even a cooler in the back. You know, if you got something you want to put it back there, keep your items safe and maybe out of sight, but most importantly, temperature-wise, keep them down. Maybe you don't have that windshield shade that you would like to have because you didn't get to the store, but even a piece of little cardboard, you can put that up on the front glass when you're parked in the sun, and you'll be shocked at how much it drops the temperature of the inside of that vehicle. Those temperatures that we saw outside a few minutes ago, I saw one in Orlando last week. Truck was facing the south. It's 178 degrees. You know, just think about that. Sitting in that, hitting the key, grabbing the steering wheel. It had leather seats, by the way. Put a piece of cloth down on the leather seat. Same with the steering wheel. Get yourself a little towel. You know, just throw it over the steering wheel. You're set. When you walk away, leave it up there. It's kind of protecting that steering wheel a little bit, keeping that intense heat off of it. When you come back to your car, just move it off the side, but you don't have a hot steering wheel. You're going to save the value of your car. The cracked glass that happens in high temperatures. Cracked dashes are everywhere. I'm sure you've seen those. What do you think that's all about? It's about heat and high temperatures and what's taking place, the expansion of those materials and contraction destroys vehicles down here. Think of what you can do on your vehicle, your fluids, your coolant that's in the car. Manufacturer specs is 2 years. A lot of folks don't change their coolant at all. They add a little bit of water or something, but 2 years it starts to lose its efficiency. So think about that, of how your temperature actually is there. Oil's the same way. They operate underneath peak conditions at certain temperatures. Even the brakes in your car, as they heat up, they become less efficient. And think about this. Think about hitting that hot brake on a hot day, and then it rains real quick. Because guess what happened? It threw up that water, and guess what happened to your brake rotor? All of a sudden you got a warped brake rotor because that it hit that real quick, and you had high temperatures working against you. Tires. My phone's going off. We'll just forget about it. But tires on a car, ever so important. We know it. But think about how hot it is outside. You're rolling down the road 70, 75 miles an hour. It's already hot. Now you're putting more temperature to the tire. It has a temperature rating, by the way. But maybe that tire got a little bit old. What a way to encourage a blowout unnecessarily. So keep your tires up to pressure. Keep them fresh enough so you don't have to worry about that. We don't want a high-speed blowout, the last thing we need. So again, what do you need to do for you? What do you need to do for your car? New cars have remote controls that start the car from a distance. That's maybe not just a convenience item, but you know, if you got a hot car with the air conditioner on, let it run for 5 minutes, 2 minutes while you're walking from the parking lot. You even got cars that got air-conditioned seats nowadays. But if you have a leather seat, what do you want to do? Take that towel, put it on the leather, because what's worse than hitting your butt and your legs on a piece of leather that's 160 degrees when you sat down, when all you needed was a little piece of towel on it. So think about those little small things. The AC system, is it on recirculate most of the time when you leave it, because that recovers the AC the quickest? You can turn it down afterwards and moderate it, but leave it on that high recirculation temperature. Anyway, summertime, it's hotter than the blazes out there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Keep cool, and we'll see you next week. Hey, you heard the expression hot tamale? Well, this is no tamale, but this is an Impala. And it is hot, but 130 degrees on that hood. Now, this is not a white car, but it is a light gray car. You know the old urban legend about, you know, a black car gets too hot? Is that right or wrong? You tell me. But that is 130, and it is hot to the touch. And we got a black one over here. And what do you think? 5 degrees, 10 degrees? You want to take any bets? Let's take a shot here. Oh, 157. 157. And that is hot. That is hot. So yes, black cars, more heat. Light cars, less heat. Think about how that radiates. The whole car is sitting out there in the sun in Florida all day long. If you want a light-colored car, do yourself a favor. Black cars, luxury, you pay for it. See ya.